maybe go check it out if you like this style of game. I don't know. I'm finished with it. We're going to play something completely different now. Also can't type. We are going to be playing Citizen Sleeper, which is a game I just bought. I'd heard about it a few times. I'd seen it around, and then I heard some people talking about it on a podcast that I listen to regularly, and they were really impressed with it, so I gotta try it out, and it's not supposed to be very long. So we're gonna do that. Right, so let's see. Right, we got, but I don't want display capture. So pardon me while I do this. Oh, right, we need to maybe make that a reasonable size. But it doesn't have any. Where's my freaking mask? Filters? Image mask. Oh, right, I removed it because I thought it was bugging out. Dennis Inception. No, I don't want to move the freaking background. Thank you very much, OBS. I want to move this thing. Come on. I really should have done this before the stream started, shouldn't I? Let's soak in the music. Alright. Let's calm down. Boss fight had me a bit agitated. And I mean, it only took 3 tries. It wasn't that much. Click to start, it says. Ooh, OBS is not recording my cursor. Where do I fix that? I'm sure there's a way to do it. Oh, it was just because the game wasn't the active window. Lol. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's play the game. I'm just going to disconnect my mouse so I don't have to worry about the cord. Ooh, and also a tweety tweet. A tweety tweet. Twiddly tweet tweet. Is there a hashtag for Citizen Sleeper? I mean, I can make one if there isn't. Right. New game. Ooh, okay. We don't know what any of this stuff does. Choose character class. Operator. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. I like that. I'm not always like that, but I like that. Perk, transfer intercept. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Okay. No engineer skill. Work with machines and physical tools. Interface, extra interface skills. Work with digital interfaces. Endure, reduced strength or strength of will. Intuit and engage, neutral. Approach problems with awareness, approach a problem head on. Also, look at this art. This is gorgeous. Extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. So increased endurance, reduced intuit. Okay, so there's two. No, there's a third. Machinist. Machinist? 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 I don't know. Masochist. Machinist. That pattern fits. A machinist. I want to say machinist now, because of masochist. A machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. I guess I would copy pronunciation from machine. Yeah, I feel like that's logical as well. Hi, Rosie. Welcome in. Hope you're having a decent enough Thursday. And I hope you managed to avoid most of my whining about Lenna's Inception. Perk, efficient extract. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineering. Oh yeah, what was the perk for the extractor? Sunbathed dice action allows energy recovery at home. No idea what that means, obviously, because we don't know any of the systems here. But basically, this is a tabletop RPG with absolutely beautiful art. Yeah. Random scrap item on engineer actions. Green cryo on interface actions. Sunbathe allows energy recovery at home. Okay. So, increased engineering, reduced engage. Diligent, careful, and structured. I'm not structured. But I mean, I don't think it matters. Like, I don't know anything really much about the game other than that you play with dice pool every, like, day or cycle or whatever. Why is my camera so fuzzy? I feel like the camera's all blurry and shit. You, camera. Get focus. I don't know. Let's try the machinist or machinist. Yeah, let's go with machinist. It feels better to say, but actually, here's what I'm going to do, because it is my... as is my want. We're going to look this up. Help me, Merriam-Webster. You're my only hope. I will look around. Time for my daily Valorant. You the sweatiest Valorant. Merriam-Webster says machinist. Machinist. Or is it machine? No? Machine. Hold on.
Machinist.
Yeah, machinist. Why is that bold? Why is the schwa bolded? Or does it just look that way because an upside down E looks so weird as shit? But machinist it is. Now go forth, Rosie, and be sweaty. Yeah, we're going to be a machinist. I mean, I don't know what the perks are anyway, yet. First thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. Unknown. Where are you? It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message, delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. That's kind of scary, so we know we're feeling pain, but we're not feeling pain, we're just notified that something that would cause pain is going on. Remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out, by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves into containers, then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reached any destination. Wait for the cold. That's all there is now. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You've been reserving energy as much as possible, but even then your body has shut many of its systems down to protect you. You've spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light, white as the cold, then softer and softer until a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears, in a haze of dirty yellow. You are out. Whoa. Dragos, pragmatic salvager. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. Dragos, a pragmatic and private salvager. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges, where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, you all thawed yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance than sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside-outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. I need to adjust my seating. I also need a drink. So that's his drone, I guess. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. So Dragos does not have an artificial body, I take it. This looks like flesh and blood, so to speak. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation, and I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you're just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNRP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well then, no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, Sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away, towards the glassy dome of the yard. The Eye is the best place you could be right now. The Eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion. Fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Right, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Dragos stalks back into the wrecks, his drones already converging on a rusting hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Right, welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Select locations by clicking on the icon. Oh man, my voice is getting strained. Empty container, you're home for now. Here's our character. Okay, so each attribute can be upgraded. Looks like 3 times. Oh gosh. I need to rest. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Let's do it. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. I need to hear myself. I'm shouting, I feel like. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Yeah, what does matter? I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Gotcha. I think they said Tigger. I learned that rhyme. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. When I was about 8, my family was living in England for a year. And that's how they picked who was it when you played tag, catch, or whatever in the schoolyard. And I'm pretty sure they said Tigger. But that's not what the original is it? I didn't know that until I was a lot older. I sincerely hope they didn't say that word. Anyway, as we say in Sweden, Ole dole doff, kinkelane koff, koffeliane binkebane, ole dole doff. Well, escape it is. Colony, your indentured service, that's in the past now. No point digging through the fragments. You need a path ahead, a way of keeping this failing body going. If you can keep yourself alive, perhaps you can find a way off this station and out of this system for good. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. I'm going to check the pronunciation of that word, because I'm not sure. Sachet.
Sachet.
Sachet. With that weird intonation that no human being actually has. Some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images of your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you finish drinking that they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Right, condition, action dice, and energy. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by 1 segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you've used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food and currency to buy it. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving and your condition will deplete at a double rate per cycle. Right, so we need food and we need, I guess, repairs, basically, continual repairs. So these are the dice we got this cycle. 5 and 3 2s. And if we don't find something to eat, we will be at 0 energy at the end of the cycle, and we'll be down to 3 dice by the next cycle if we don't find some way to keep our condition up. Dragos is stood in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cachet of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? I don't know. Is it meaningful to tell the truth? Not good. The drone chirps, Dragos nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. Alright then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we'll pull out some tech, something with a bit more value. But no, most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Chits? These, he pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market, is what we use to trade out here. He stuffs them back in his pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. What does this mean? Ah well. All will be made clear. Actions. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Isn't a singular die? Let's not be that guy. But yes, it is. It's die and dice. But that one's hard for native speakers as well. Like you hear dice as the singular very, very often. Right, so perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. Action dice affect these outcomes as follow. 6 or a 6, 100% chance positive. A 5, 50% chance positive, 50% chance neutral. 3 and 4, 25% each of positive and negative, and 50% chance of neutral. 1s and 2s, 50-50 neutral and negative. And it also tells you if an action is risky or safe. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage. But you're no stranger to hard labor. Right. Tutorial. Actions. Actions display information about their type, risk level, and the skill and modifiers that apply to that action. Type. Either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Risk. Either safe, risky, or danger. Safe, no loss of condition, energy, or cryo. Negative, risky. Negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. Danger. Negative outcome means condition loss. And neutral can mean cryo or energy loss. Skill. The skill that this action requires. Either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Modifier. Either -1, 0, +1, or +2. This is added to the action die when slotted and improves its value. Some actions require a +1 to perform. Ah, okay, so that's what the spinny arrows was, some sort of clock thing. Right, so we have two actions here. Hull dissection, which is risky, but we have a bonus because we're an engineer. And then we have manual salvage. What do the plus and minus in these mean, though? Right, but let's try... Alright, so let's drag a 2 over here. We have a +1, so it's 3, so it's at least 75% chance that it's neutral or positive. It is risky, however. That one's safe. Oh, are these mutually exclusive? I only get one. Let's do the whole dissection. Dissection. Tutorial. Clocks. Okay, thank you. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dragos' debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. Okay. Action complete. Plus 15 cryo. Nice. Well, I mean... Oh, right, I can do it more times. I mean, nothing ventured, right? Oh, survive. Tutorial, drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you are out of dice. Use the mouse wheel or WNS to scroll along the station. Rotate the view with A and D. Good luck. Right, so that cost us energy, but we gained some cryo. Question is, well, this is safe, so there's... Ooh, I forgot. Can I see tutorials again? Okay, I can only have one track. That's a bit annoying. Right, find a doctor. We'll track that one. Negative outcome. +5 cryo. Yeah, but it's safe. Oh, leave. Okay, so what else do we have? Ah, oh shit. This place is huge. Oh god. Oh god, it's so much bigger than I thought. Shipyard. Rotunda, old doctor. Dock C4. Dock B2. So what does this yellow clock thing here mean? Alright, we only have one action left today, so... Let's see, is this where I'll find a doctor? Maybe? Oh shit. Oh man, we're gonna beef it so quickly. I should not have blown 3 dice over in the scrapyard. Ask for action. Why wonder when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the Bright Market? All you need is the courage to approach them. I have -1 to engage. So that would be... We're still on a 50-50. The smells, sounds, and buzzing activity of the Bright Market makes it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. Let's do it. Neutral outcome, plus local knowledge. I guess that's good. Okay, so I guess... Ah! We have found the doctor. Sabine, slum doctor. Or a doctor. Next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. What? Head down, shoulders high? Sounds very uncomfortable. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hub block, they've all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without supply of stabilizer, your body will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Let's look inside. You lean against the doorframe and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light filtering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. "Wait your turn," he growls. "Sorry, didn't mean... one trying to..." After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. "Send the next one in, Toshiro." The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling, transparent panel gives a full view of the Bright Market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you are transfixed by the motion. Pardon me for a moment. I'm gonna go get something. Well, I do not have words to describe how tired I am these days. This is what I need to keep my body going. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. And for a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. This 2D art is just so fucking good. Come, sit, comes a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. Doctor in the bright market. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak, they blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, and then turn to an open case of tools on the table. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles? They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNR doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose, to prevent bodies like yours, frames, as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. We do know that. Or maybe that was narrative text for the player, not the character. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNR remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Yes. Good. That may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNR has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something. Anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential in the low end. They give me the space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. Right. I need to do another language thing, because I can never get my head straight. The verb to sow. Sow crops, to plant seeds.
Sow.
The verb to sew, as in sewing with a needle and thread.
Sow.
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 Sow. That's just two different readings of the exact same sound. And it's rendered the exact same in their phonetics, though, yeah. Okay, so. Good. Needed to check that for myself. Right, so Sabine's situation is not ideal. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starwood Belt. Mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it will be expensive, but I think we can do it. Why help me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave. Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Survive. Wait for Sabine to acquire stabilizer. Okay, but how do I pay off his debt? Like, what can I do to do that? Like, yeah, we got these actions here, but, I mean, I've got a little bit of money now. Oh, no. Leave. Old dock terminal. So we can steal the plans to the station? Okay, well, I think that's it. Like, I need more knowledge, I guess, to find somewhere I can get food, so like, I guess we sleep and yeah, we're going to lose both condition and energy. So we'll be down to 3 dice. And we're starving. This time, you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Let's touch the liquid. You find a point in the station, and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you, insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling you in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind. A storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored. And then it's gone. Okay. Okay, but like, how do I do that? Oh. Pay low-end toll. After some spaces caused some trouble in the low end, Yatagan have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Well, we don't have 60 cryo, so we're obviously not going there. Sabine's surgery. Okay, so another 2 cycles before she thinks she can get some stabilizer. So this one and one more, and then I'll be dead by then. Is it possible to see? I would love to be able to see the tutorial stuff again. Right, so we can explore the market again, gain more local knowledge. There's 3 stages of that gain. It's risky, but I think we probably wanted to be doing it. Hellion crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Hellion system are rare. Those that do always return, eventually. Okay, but what do I do to help with his debts? I mean, I guess I... No, I keep pressing escape to leave. Yeah, we just wait for Sabine and we need to do 2 more cycles like this and 1 more before anything happens. Assist a shipbuilder. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice them, you might be in... Yeah, in what? I do want more local knowledge. We can still try to steal the dock plans. I don't think that's a good idea. Let's... Getting to know the Rotunda doesn't just mean new places to visit, it means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. Havenage run the Rotunda and their security watches the docks. Better to avoid attracting their attention. Alright, so let's... What? Explore the Rotunda. Oh, fuck, minus energy. Well, we already had no energy. So we learned nothing. Wow. So we could explore the market. But I think what we're going to do is do the sister shipbuilder thing. That we're actually good at. 100% positive outcome. Let's do it. ++ Jordhan, +5 cryo. Oh, okay, we gained that. The only way to... Okay, so we fill that, we unlock something cool. Right, so when this gets fucked, we're going to start losing even more condition. Okay, so we could try doing that again. We have a +1 engineer. We have that. Yeah, let's do it. 50-50 neutral or negative, so not great, but let's do it. Neutral echo. Plus backing business, 15 cryo. Well, that's all our actions for today. We can't do any more. We're starving. And we will lose 2 condition per cycle. How do I get food? Maybe I should have just explored the market. I shouldn't have spent 2 actions doing shit at the scrapyard. Against the skeletal ring of the again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparks with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. Threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leaping off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to parse. But you begin to try. Focus on the threads. There are more threads than you can count, but you choose one that passes nearby and approach it. As you inspect it, you understand why you instinctively chose the word thread when you first saw them. They're not single lines, but rough, fuzzy things woven from data strings of all kinds. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down and see 2 lines, 2 threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They're in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Yeah, no shit. We're down to 3 dice. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. Oh dear me. A cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Okay. Data actions. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. Okay. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. This node is orbited by the remains of a corporate countermeasure, broken long ago by hackers. Let's try it. Extract data. +1 encrypted key. Stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglogs. Okay. I think I want to check out the market. Is there any way we can get food? It's probably here. Let's just explore the market. We desperately need food. Plus local knowledge. Aha! A street food vendor. Memphis is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok. His other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. No, we're not going to watch. We're going to frickin' approach because we need food. Oh, man. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvages, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives. Their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually it's your turn. You shuffle to the front. Amphi speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Thank you. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Amphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. Hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems you tell him like some dream that you once had, but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you trail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more. He smiles. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner's side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearm, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. Ah. Thank you. New drive. No, Amphis loves two things, stories and food. Maybe if you slime with both, you can hear his story. Alright, we've got one action left today. Okay, so we could get some more food. Which is probably a good idea, just to keep us going longer. And that doesn't cost an action, or it doesn't cost a die. But although it feeds us for 3, and we drop 2 per cycle, so it might be a waste to eat now, because if it feeds us for 3, that's 1 more than we can actually get, so we're not going to do that. Still can't get in here because we don't have enough money. Another cycle. Could try to just learn more, but I don't fancy my chances really. 50-50. But do I need to, like, fill this one up before that does? Let's do a hull dissection. Come on, positive outcome. Neutral. Plus back in business, plus 15 cryo. Okay, well, it's money. 15 cryo, that's what the food costs, so we've got money for food. Next day. I think we could do one more thing here. Well, we could if we had any dice. We don't. It's like, what do I do with this thing? Oh, okay. So some slots do not use dice. Okay. Okay, but it seems like the triangles and squares are all dice locked, so to speak. And then there's these circular ones that do other things. But we don't have the required cipher. We only have an encrypted key. No, I don't want to quit. I want to go sleep, I guess. Right, so we'll still have 3 dice tomorrow. Yeah, so we drop 2 energy and 1 condition. So yeah, so we'll go eat tomorrow, basically. That's it. Huh, no dreams. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wake up. We'll turn. Feng is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hang around, just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. Can be hard to get a start in the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlin said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlin? You pass together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erlin? He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. Haven should organize some seminars. He laughs. Not really my department, though. I'm with systems. Systems? Everything the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but systems keeps it spinning somehow. At least we try to. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I'll show you around and, well, I know little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around. But, well, this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, then, when you're settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Well, that's... Where's his office? It's not a drive. Nope. That ain't it. In the rotunda? Nope. Hello, Remy. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How's your day been? I like the red panda thing. Good. Did a lot of housework again. But I am 90% done. That's good. That's good. I should get some new emotes now that everyone can have follower emotes. It's just too much work because I want them customized. And I am A, not any good at drawing stuff myself, and B, not any good at coming up with things for other people to draw. Right, so we need to eat, definitely, and we also need to talk to Sabine. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. My last emotes finally stopped pending. I bought them from Etsy at the end. Yeah, I've looked around, I haven't looked around since like last summer when I got these ones made. And like, they're alright, but I don't know, I want something that pops a bit more. I've been thinking about trying to like just like digitize, like pixelate like stupid photos or something like that, but I don't know. I looked into like pixel art applications, simple ones. My friend just said she would draw me emotes, didn't seem to be as much into it as I initially thought, and she still had tons of other commissions, so I decided to just buy some red panda emotes from Etsy since there were some really nice ones. That is nice, that is good. I know it's stupid, but I feel worried that like if I just buy emotes from Etsy, like ready-made ones, it'll just be like, yeah, these are the same as everyone else has, but I mean, there's so many. But there are also so many that are very, very generic. I mean, those are cute. The red panda. Yep, those are pretty amazing. Haven't seen them anywhere else yet. That's good. That's good. I'm thinking of trying to like redo the whole look of the stream anyway. So maybe I should get some new emotes in connection with that. Like, this works. This thing I have here. It's functional. And that is basically... functional is what you can say about pretty much anything I make that is supposed to have some kind of aesthetic value. It ends up being functional. It works. It does what it's supposed to, but it's not all that much fun to look at, I think. And I just don't have the energy to put into like making something that looks good in Canva. And I don't have the skills to use any kind of illustration program myself. So I'm kind of stuck with this. I can't have follower emotes yet since I'm not instant upload eligible. I need to actually stream to unlock that. Maybe you should stream some then. Maybe you should stream that game. I hear there's this cool, like, communist RPG that people are raving about. It's called something like Dance Party Haven or something. Is that it? Or was it Hold Down Paradise? No, that's not it. What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can see it in front of me, like a shining speck of light. It's a rotating ball with multiple facets of glass refracting the light over a field of wheat. Oh, I don't know. It's some game I've heard about. It's supposed to be good. I'm not amazing at Photoshop, but I'm decent. If you need some help, I'm not busy, might be able to work something out. Yeah, maybe. I think I need to think about like what it is that I want. I've been trying to like just look through like the free overlay stuff you can get in like Streamlabs. Some of them are like alright, but they're not really the vibe I'm going for. And I looked at owned.tv as well. Those are paid, but most of them aren't that good looking, I think. Opera Tartarus, that was the name. That's a good one. I like that. You should definitely stream some Opera Tartarus. I like the school board vibe you have going on, to be honest. I mean, I kind of like it. I wish I had the ability to make stuff look more hand-drawn. Maybe there's something in Canva that would work. I don't know. It's not a great tool to like just look for shapes and graphics to use. I feel it's kind of hard to... The discoverability is bad. Alright, so we get linked into Sabine's doctor's office thing. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them. A set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how Yatagan... They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material, and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all its own organs. What do you use to display your overlay? Is it a web source? No. The overlay, if you're referring to like just the chalkboard and all that stuff, is literally just an image. The stuff that's dynamic is like latest subscriber, latest follower, latest cheer, and the Twitter and my username. But the chalkboard and the frames are all actually a static static image. The dynamic stuff is from Stream Elements, so they're just widgets in Stream Elements as web source overlay tool thing. Now that you mention it, it might be, I don't know, maybe I should just add the image to Stream Elements instead. That would probably make it easy to line stuff up. I didn't even think of that. Yes, I'm using Stream Elements for stuff like notifications and stuff. Yeah, I should add the background stuff and the frames to Stream Elements tool, just to make it easy to line up everything. Because now what I had to do was, like, I had to sit with Stream Elements open on one screen and OBS on the other, and just like gradually nudge the widgets into place to make sure they were somewhat centered in the frames. So that's something to do. But yeah, I mean, I in a way, I'm kind of I'm pleased with what I managed to make, given given the tools and ability I have. But yeah, would you mind if I gave it a go? Kind of feel like it. I guess I don't know how that would work. Like, do you mean like I send you the image I'm using and then you make an overlay in Stream Elements? Trying to build something in Stream Elements. Yeah. Yeah. I'd just use another blackboard image. Yeah. No, I mean, if you have time for it, absolutely. Have a poke at it. Like I said, like I'm pleased with my idea, which I shamelessly ripped from, I think, like VStream, because they use like a frame like this as well. But like, for example, the widgets with latest sub, latest follower, and that, they're a bit dull. You know, like, it's just white text in a white frame. And I picked a font that somewhat looked like handwriting, you know? Unfortunately, Stream Elements did not have the font that I used in Canva. So, I mean, like this font, everything here except for Stream Should Start Now is from Canva, and it's slightly different from the one used for the widgets here, and I prefer, I think, this font. Can't right now remember what it's called. Maybe there's a better font in Stream Elements for that. I don't know. I did Will's sub icons once because I kind of felt like it and he wasn't happy with the ones he had. Turned out pretty decent. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't have sub icons. I don't have a channel point icon. I don't have... There's follower icons as well, right? I don't have any of that stuff. I just haven't gotten around to it. But okay, so this stabilizer... Moving to PC, grabbing something to drink. No worries. Re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all its own organs. Sub-icon, maybe graduation caps? Yeah, that might be an idea. Okay, burp, no talk till I'm back. No worries, no worries. Otherwise, I'll miss your comments. Yeah, no, I'll just play the game. Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away, at least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you're going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Whoa! Baby! Okay, I'm back. Cool. We get full dice load next cycle. Sweet! Now let's go eat some fungus. Full load! Yeah! Nice. Right, so let's see what we can do. I want to learn all the shit there is to learn about this place. +1 local knowledge. Ah, neutral outcome. Come on, I wasted a 5 on that shit. Ah, new drive discovered. Build a ship mind. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mind core. Gain access to the Ort fabricator. Oh wow, okay. There's an old ship mind fabrication stack in the back of the market, but only trusted traders get access to it. I have a feeling that maybe building shit is more our thing. Get to know the shipyard. So I actually want to do this. I want to stay on top of this thing. Hull dissection with our engineer skill. Usually back in business, 15 cryo. Nice. Random scrap item. Ooh. We were literally just at a place that liked that stuff. Okay, so we're going to do one more of these to progress this. Come on, positive outcome. Okay, well that's fine. We progress back in business. I'm guessing that's somehow tied to helping Dragos pay off his debt. Yeah, sell components. So you can sell components. The Auto Exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy up. Break down and sell off, and you are happy to supply it. I am indeed. Interface is a bit fiddly sometimes. Not often. Just every once in a while. So what do we get for this? Cryo and plus trusted trader. Nice. We have so much cryo, we can actually get to the low end now. Okay. I was worried like we would just absolutely beef it within a couple of cycles, because you start out by just starving and losing condition. And actually next cycle we will have 5 dice to play with. Okay, we've got no dice left, so we can't do anything here, but we can go unlock the low end. I hope this is a one-time thing. I don't have to pay 60 cryo every time. Guess we'll see. Low-end access unlocked. Okay. Ramshackle residential. Powering transit hub. Okay, but we can't do anything here. So I guess... Man, this place is so much bigger than I realized. Jesus, it just keeps going. I think the best thing to do is probably like concentrate. Oh wow, now we can scroll far enough that I'm realizing it is literally a ring. I mean, the dreams have told us that, but still. Alright, well, time to rest. So we'll lose 2 energy and 1 condition. Oh yeah, something bad's gonna happen in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cycles. Just realized my lighting is wrong. I think that's slightly better. Oh man, we get a full dice load and it's all garbage. Whoa. Oh right, Feng. Sleeper. Feng catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against a bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easy to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look, you know? He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Feng inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There is a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Feng leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? What is all this? He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station, A1, the one Solheim built. We had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they're seeing a constant concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Hell yeah, brother. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines. They hum all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you. As you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage, there is old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Oh shit. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage. Those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. A new drive, you say? Disable your tracker. Extract the past. Okay, so let's see. Okay, but we got nothing to do here. Deliver data. Yeah, but we don't have any data yet, so... We do. No, that's the cipher. That's not the data. But we have these things. Here we go. Solheim cipher. This gate conceals a network of systems which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. Come on, interface. Work with me here. Gate S7 access. With a squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. Nope. I keep hitting escape when I just want to leave a screen. Alright, so I open up these ones. Anyone that's cheap. There's 1, 2. Alright, well we can use a cheap ass crap die on that. Bypass. This node is leaking corrupted contractor lists from the early days of the system's palladium rush. Extract data. Data extracted. Nice. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you, it tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Stay still. Whoa. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What did you do? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify. Origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper, S and ARP. Unknown, known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop. The figure holds its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste, the one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike? You lash out with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Hunter, sentient protocol unraveling. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Wow. Okay. So, does this thing come for me if I do too many things in here? No, I keep doing them. Right, so what if we go back to... what's the place now? Cryo and scoping system. Yeah, no, basically I'll just progress that. So we could probably progress it some more if we wanted to, but I want to do Drago's Yard here. We want some good outcomes. Come on. Minus energy? Fudge! And I think we got nothing here. Okay, let's go eat before we lose everything here. Come on, Amphis. I give you money, you give me fungus. Sweet, sweet fungus. Oh shit, it's 100 cryo for a stabilizer. Bugger me. Okay, Come on. This is stupid, but neutral. Well, okay, we progressed back in business. We'll do one more. Come on! Random scrap item. Perk. Efficient extractor. Ah, yes. Right. So we filled that thing. Dragos. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across the vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. She is. No? What is it? Drago laughs. That, my friend, is A-grade scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Drago's for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince your salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. Credits? We may have done well, but we can't afford a down payment on this one. He pats you on the shoulder. Don't worry, we'll make it back once we chop this beauty up. You sigh, but Dragos doesn't seem to notice. The ship creaks like a calving... Calving? How do you say that word? Damn you, Merriam-Webster, the fucking basic form isn't helping me. Calv. No one speaks like that, but okay. Calving. I mean, this is fucking American English. Why do I not have access to the Oxford English Dictionary? Because I don't. Dictionary. Really can't type. Dictionary.com. Carve. Yeah, okay, it's just carve and carving, I guess. The ship creaks like a carving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm going to need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the SNR freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winterlight. Let's do it. Claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. We paid off his freaking debt. Upgrade point. Cool. Tutorial. Character and upgrades. You have completed your first drive. Oh, that's how you get upgrade points. Cool. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. Yes, very good. Right, so we can upgrade. Right, so we need 2 points to get to this. So, but we could neutralize or engage, or we could... I mean, I don't know. That sounds like it could save us cryo at the cost of spending, I guess, a die when we sleep. Predictive reasoning. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. Well, that's cool. Ah, okay. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. That's pretty cool. Can I get that? Seems like I can. I mean, that might be good because 100 cryo is a lot of money. Let's go for it. Okay, no, I need 2 upgrade points for that. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. You need 3 upgrade points to get to +2. Yeah, so it's a total of 6 upgrade points for each attribute. Oh shit. Okay, so okay, okay. Okay. That wasn't entirely clear to me, but okay, so it's actually 2 points to get a +1 in the skill as well. Good to know. Okay, we only have the 1 action left today. Let's do one of these. Nice, we got some cryo. Just one encrypted key. Okay. Still not sure what to use those for. I haven't found anything that uses them. Let's die. That's also going to be a die. No. Yeah, we want this thing, but we need one of those. Right, no die left. We do have some data though, so let's go find Bang. No, wait, that's not data. That's scrap. We need to go to the exchange. Ah, come on. Thank you. Cryo. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, time to sleep. Okay, okay. Oh, you can buy scrap. Wow. Okay, and the more you buy, the more you're allowed to buy, I guess. Or the better stuff you're allowed to buy. Okay. Oh yeah, this other one. Oh wow, that's gonna take a while. Right, let's sleep. I have a feeling the game is like really opening up. Right, we'll have a full load of dice next cycle as well. So hopefully we get some good stuff. Okay, 2 5s. Well, we need to eat. We should eat this cycle regardless, so... Hello, Emphis. Here's my 15 cryo. Or your fungus. Boom. Oof, danger. Huh. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's find out about this freighter. Drago seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. Huh. Anyway, let's find out about the freighter. Okay, we just have to do that a billion times. I think we want some salvage so we can get some money and shit as well. Let's play to our strengths. There's 2 yard clear, 16 cryo. Right here. Right, I think we want to pursue Feng stuff, so we're going to go into systems thing. Let's see if we have any 1s or 2s we can do. That's a 1. Some gang enforcers implants are chirping out comm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. Got some cryo, nice. Yatagan data. A data cache skimmed from Yatagan hardware. Okay. Nothing we can give to Feng, but interesting nonetheless. Another 1. Let's do it. Encrypted key. Still haven't found what I'm supposed to use them for. Ah, that's a 1. That's a 1. I'm guessing when this fills up, Hunter returns, so... let's see... That's a 4. That's a 2. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Solheim demon attempts to protect this node, squeaking out protected protocols like a mantra. The whole dropping in is a bit off sometimes. Okay, I was too precise, I guess. Bypass. Extract data. Solheim data. Nice. Oh, right, of course. Duh, okay. I am so smart. Of course, we should always be extracting Solheim data. Solheim nodes are good. Haven agents... No? Probably not. Okay, anyway, we got no more dice, so... Let's get to Feng. Where are you? Cryo. Nice. Now, if I go to the doctor and buy a vial, do I use it right away? Because I don't want to just burn 100 cryo on getting 2. No, actually just 1.5 blips of condition. That feels like a bit of a waste. Let's see, we've got nothing more. We could, however, buy some scrap. In fact, let's buy a bunch of scrap. Okay, probably not. Come on. Oh no, this is a negative one. Okay, that's what this means. Okay, so negative means, or the minus sign means that when I fill that up, something bad happens, and the bad thing is they won't let me buy any more scrap. The plus one is a positive thing. Something good happens when I've filled it up. Oh, I'm just going to buy the scrap anyway. Because, I don't know. Yeah, so now I'm not allowed to do it anymore. Am I? Ooh, we got something else. Ship mine fragment. Could be assembled with the right tools and a few more fragments. Oh. Ah, okay, so I need to get these Ort people to like me. The exchange. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I'm taking a loss on each component or thing, but I'm advancing this thing. So now I'll have to find another way to get hold of scrap. Cool, but it's time to cycle, I think. -2 energy, -1 condition. We'll still have a full load of dice. Now, the question is, if you have a full load of dice, does that mean the dice are loaded? There's a question for you. Break into groups of 3 and discuss for 5 minutes and report back with your conclusions. Ooh, look at those dice! Look at them dice! Damn! 2 6s, a 5, a 3. Just the 1, 2. Nice. Alright. Yes, we can go to the shipyard. I'm not quite sure if this is something I want to pursue. Track that. Let's see, what's the time? Oh god, Jesus, it's 9:20. Okay. This game is cool. Perhaps not like super exciting to watch on stream, but really cool. Gorgeous 2D art, like the character art is just amazing. Pretty cool or not themes. Being this like disembodied consciousness downloaded into a synthetic body, having, I guess, like, I'm not quite sure I understand, like, is it your consciousness or your body that you've sold to this corporation S&ARP? It seems like it's both, like, because it said in the beginning, like, your body, your actual body belongs to them now, but also clearly you do. Like, your mind inside this synthetic body also belongs to them, and I've escaped them or fled from them somehow. Yeah, seems quite deep indeed. I like it. And the system with the dice every day is pretty cool. So there's randomness in what dice you get, and there's randomness every time you do a dice action, but of course you're weighting that randomness in different directions, and you know the percentage outcomes. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. We'll definitely be playing more of this. We'll definitely be playing more of this. Hoo hoo hoo. But yeah, that is our stream for today. I should have stopped 20 minutes ago. But oh well. We had fun. Finished with Leonard's Inception. Neat game, but I don't feel the need to return to it ever, really. It was right. I'll say that. But for my money, if you want a sort of meta-ish retro adventure game, I think Anodyne is a better one. They're similar-ish in length. Anodyne took me a few more hours to complete, but I actually completed it. I think there's like one secret I haven't found there. Might be something I'll play on stream sometime. I really would like to play it again. But yeah, I think it's a more rewarding game for me than Leonard's Inception, if you want like a retro-styled top-down adventure game. That goes sort of meta with the game stuff. I think it does it in a far less cutesy way than Leonard's Inception does. Leonard's Inception is like, neither one of them is subtle about it. Like, it's very explicit, very clear. But Leonard's Inception seems to mostly just do it, I don't know, not for a gag or for laughs, but it feels like pandering, basically. It feels like, hey, you're supposed to recognize these things, and that bit or shtick or whatever is funny for like, it's funny for a while, but at the end of it, the laughter of recognition starts to become forced. And for me, that never happened in Anodyne. Because its story went to deep enough places, I guess. I definitely will have to play Anodyne again. Maybe on stream. Could be fun. It's a great game, I think. But yeah, that's our stream today. Thanks to anyone who lurked around. Thank you, Remy, for coming along with the chats. Maybe we can talk more about the overlay stuff on Discord at some point. I definitely have been thinking that, because I'm doing my sort of marathon stream on the 20th of June. I have this idea that I want to like maybe do a bit of a, maybe not a complete redesign, but like freshen up the look a bit for that. Maybe get some subscriber badges and stuff going, so that's done. And, you know, get some of those fun sound alerts that all the cool kids are using, so my stream can become an obnoxious cacophony of random noise, because that's what the kids like these days, apparently. But yeah, we'll play more Citizen Sleeper on Monday, as per usual. Until then, take care of yourselves, children. Do your homework, if your teacher is evil and assigns you homework. If they're not evil and assigns you homework, that you should still do the homework. But in general, take care of yourselves. Remember to also take care of the people you love, and give your love to those who care for you. And as always, fuck capitalism. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.